Welcome to Música Som podcast YouTube channel. This time we are at Ecstasy, the audio note dealer in Portugal, with brand ambassador Vincent Belanger, who will be playing his cello along with an audio note system. Hi Vincent.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you for being here.
It's my pleasure.
So Vincent, can you tell us a bit about your journey as a musician? Did you always wanted to play the cello?
Oh, it's a funny story actually. I'm from a big family. I have 5 brothers and 1 sister. And at the age of 5, I used to play the piano. It was a nun, in Canada, so teach me the piano. So I took 2 years of piano lessons, and then I stopped. As a kid, I didn't. The nun she had a wood stick and she hit my fingers. So I take 1 year sabbatic, if it's clear. And then at the age of 8, I just came back from school, and it was September, beginning of the year, scholar year. And my mother says, "Oh, Vincent, do you want to play the violin?" I said, "Yes, why not?" Why? It's okay. And then my older brother, just said, "Oh, Vincent, no, don't choose the violin. I already chose the violin. And because otherwise we will have to share the same instrument." And at that time, my brother and I, we shared everything, the same bedroom. Of course, we were 7 children. And I said, "Okay, I will do the cello." So I said, Vincent, it's my favorite instrument, the cello. I'm sure you will like it. Okay. So I started the cello at the age of 8. And then I never stopped. Of course, when I was a teenager, I wanted to stop. But one of my best friends at that time, I asked her once, I said, "Why you never stop the violin?" And she told me, I never stop because I know someday I will regret it. Okay. And I always say that I don't want to stop because I don't want to regret it, so I always continue. So, and I'm from Quebec City. I decided to go to France for 4 years, so I was accepted. It was a big, it's like a kind of competition to go in a high school, in a conservatory in France.
Conservatory,
right?
Okay.
So I think at that time it was like 40 people, and they only take 3, and I was one of them. So I stayed for 4 years in France, then I came back. And I did a lot of things. I tried, the business school in art management in Montreal. Then I was a main director of a small music school. I did a lot of things, and finally I met Peter Kwartrop, and I became, for 8 years, let's say, the musical ambassador.
We'll get there, but first I need to ask you something else before you get there.
Okay.
And did your parents had an hi-fi system when you were a child?
I won't say that, no. We had a turntable for sure, the old electronics with the direct drive, they still have it. Not really, we had speakers. My uncle used to be more in audio. And he suggested my father, you should buy these speakers. And it was, I don't know the brand, but two speaker square box, shoebox speakers. And the CD, my father used to listen to a lot of CDs when I was young.
Did your other siblings play instruments as well?
Antoine, my album là, Antoine is opera singer, he's a tenor. My sister used to play the piano and the flute. My other brothers, they all tried the cello. I'm the only one, my mother needed to have 6 kids to make sure she has a cellist. They all played the cello. My little brother played the oboe. My brother Antoine used to play a lot of instruments, trombone, clarinets, violin. He's a multi-talented musician.
So there was not really a need for an hi-fi system. There was always music. There was always music at home.
Exactly.
Played by real
yes,
instruments.
I play the piano, and I always play piano. When I do my composition, for example, the piano is very important for me.
Yeah.
And I always take lesson of piano with the cello. So I'm not a virtuoso of the piano, but I can play.
You can play.
And my instrument is really the cello. Now about hi-fi system, you know, maybe I will make a statement for all the musicians, but we are not into hi-fi because it's like we don't understand most of the system. The sound is not as good, so it's a bit fake. Sometimes the bass are too loud, the high frequencies. That's all. We prefer, you know, when we listen music, it's more for when we have to work, okay, to have a reference of this symphony. If you are an orchestral musician or chambers musician, you will listen some version just to make sure that you know what's happening in the music.
It's something that we have realized that we have the podcast now for about 3 years, and we already interviewed a lot of musicians, and they are not always a fan of having some big and good hi-fi system at their homes.
Yes, I would say except for the note. When I put my musician friends, into the note, now they get it. You know, because there's something with the note, you know, I realize when I show to most of classical music, even jazz musician.
Okay.
It's natural, and you can, there's a connection between the musician. Like what I like to say is, you know, I'm not here to say that the note is the best, I won't say that. But what I find, what I like with the note is more, I feel the musician behind the music. You know, this is what I want to. Yes, sometimes I want an example. I played it one of the first time I played in America, one of the hi-fi shows in United States. They put one of the pure cello track, and on the F sharp, you know, on a F sharp, the room was doing this, and there's a guy who came. When in the recording the F sharp was played, it was Then he says, there's a problem in the system. He says, boomy. It's a boxy and boomy. Then he continued, and then I played live, and when I played live the F sharp, it was like this. So the problem was not the system. So, but the guy said to him, there's a problem with the cello. It's boxy and boomy. And then he said, no. He said, and he realized that. And it was this is what I give to people sometimes, just to make sure that sometimes we try to fix things that doesn't need to be fixed.
Sure.
You know? Yeah. So the F sharp in that room was, and in hi-fi show we don't have time sometimes to
fix things.
Because it's a race, hi-fi show. Huh? Yeah. So and the guy came and he says, I think he bought a complete audio note after that. He says, Vincent, I understand how wrong I'm trained in hi-fi. It's huge. What do you think about that? Yeah. And then, I do for now 8 years exclusively for the note. I play with voilà. So it's very so back to my family. Sorry, I talk a lot, but back to my family is when my father came and my mother, they came to one of the first show I did with the note in Montreal. I put a vinyl from Fritz von der Licht, famous tenor. He died in a stupid way, you know. Anyway, but he had a fantastic tenor voice. My father used to like his voice very much when he was young. And then he cried, and he says, it's maybe better than a concert hall. He said something like that, you know. Because if we have to convince people, you know, I think we have to show the music first, the emotion. This is what is, for me, this is what it was about. And I think why a lot of musicians, they don't go too much in hi-fis. They will take it as a gig. Yes, other brands, they will invite a musician. The musician will take it as a gig. He will play with the system. He doesn't care, but he will do his job, and then he's leaving. this is not what Peter Kuvortrop did with me. He put me, he hold me like this, Vincent, you will understand. Okay, so he sent me with one of his, I think one of his best rep, Mario Biner, and he put me, and we crossed the world, the America and Europe together with Mario, and he explained me the company, the hi-fi, some company, the history, some records, some vinyl, how everything should work as a synergy.
That brings us to how you become
yes,
an ambassador for
a better ambassador,
yeah.
a much better, I think. I can do some setup, because what is nice with AudioNote, you can cook your system. What I like, because we do everything, the cables, everything. Well, I say we, look, I'm not a musician anymore, I'm AudioNote now. No, but we can cook the sound. And if I may say, we had an event in Germany 1 week ago, and 3 YouTubers came from Germany, and they didn't like it. Well, sometimes when people doesn't like, okay, what can we do? So sometimes we change cables, just to make sure that we can maybe find a better solution for their ears. Now they didn't speak. There was like, we invite people to come here. We give them food, alcohol, blah blah blah, not to just to share a beautiful moment,
Sure.
together. And then they don't talk they talk a little bit, then they left. And then they say things. For me, it's not fair what they say about the system, because people has the right, as Peter would say, if you do not like it, it's okay. You don't just go to find what you're looking for.
They didn't actually say
what they didn't like. For 2 hours, they find the bass too strong. And it's funny because in the AudioNote community, I'm probably the less bassy when I do setup. It's I'm probably the less. They find it, and for me it wasn't very true what they say online. And I say, this is what sometimes it's just when you go to you listen to a system. If you don't like it, don't be mean. Just say, maybe try something, try another, bring your own music, just test the system. This is what I would say to people, because it is important. We work very hard, to do this type of event. Peter Kuvortrop, he invests a lot of money to bring a live musician year after year in a store like here, or in hi-fi shows or whatever, to make sure that people understand, hey, don't forget live music. Mm-hmm. This is what we want to say. It's not we are the best. I think the way Peter, for 8 years now, exclusively to work with the same musician, to have a connection with the musician, we think about recording a new project. There's something unique in this. So that I can say, it's unique.
How did you meet Peter?
It's with David Cope. It's because of David Cope in America. David Cope was the US rep for years. And then I worked in 2015 on my album Pure Cello. The white album.
Yeah.
People call me the L'Oreal guy with that picture. It's not fun, not fun. I'm just kidding.
But that album was already recorded under the AudioNote brand?
No, Peter created AudioNote music for that album.
For that album.
Exactly. So what happened is in 2015, I tried to assemble a team, and David Cope from AudioNote was there. So he called Peter, and Peter, he sent cables, microphone cables, pure silver. It was amazing. And then I needed a new bow, and Peter sponsored it. So he started, and then we finished the recording. We did the thing. So we did a crowdfunding, Indiegogo, and then we tried for Life is Life, we didn't succeed.
What was the crowdfunding for?
It was to pay the production.
The production.
Yes,
okay.
Pure Cello.
Okay.
the production, well. And then we were a small team from Canada. I had Michel Plante, is the owner of the Montreal Hi-Fi Show. I had Jacques Géret-Lajoie, he's one of the most crazy inventors. He worked for Oracle, the turntable Oracle. He designed the Paris turntable. Then I had Claudette Dion, who worked with Charles Dutoit at the time at the Orchestre Symphonique of Montreal. So we tried to, with that team, to make sure that pure cello would be first. Well, my goal was to do one of the best cello solo recording, and I think we kind of succeed. we will see that long time after my death, but I'm super happy of the result. And Peter, he saved the project, because when everything was collapsing, Peter, he said, okay, I had this crazy dream for a long time ago. I want to build my own label, so maybe it's time to do that. So he invited me in UK, and we then, it's funny the way it happened with Peter Gvortrop, because I saw him 3 times in that week with David Cope, and I remember David Cope said, oh, Vincent, maybe you have to lower your expectation. Peter has no time. So the last day, when Peter Gvortrop, he just say hi, thanks, but he said, well, and I said, Peter, I have something to tell you. And back in time, my English, well, I have a big, strong French-Canadian accent, but my English was even worse. So I say, well, Peter, I want to tell you something. Okay, he said, I have 5 minutes. Okay, I need only 2 minutes. So I put him, and I put the cello on him, on his chest, and I just do few notes. I did just few notes, and I told him, this is what, as a musician, I heard of Atenção, what's behind the instrument. Then he stayed 2 hours and a half, and we built Atenção music.
Okay.
It was like that, and we built the musical ambassador thing, because it's kind of new, even for me, for him, and then we try to work together to enlarge the classical music audience. This is very important for him. It's for me as well too, but as well to show. And yeah, of course, there's a business. I can't lie. The music, yes, but there's also the business to show how good is the synergy of the system.
So you were talking before about the characteristic of the audio note sound.
Ouais.
What can you find in an audio note sound that you can find in other systems, in another one?
It's the tone,
Yeah.
the richness of the tone. It's, for me, even at the entry level. Yes, the other company have some. I don't know how the company. I'm just. But it's each time when I hear a proper setup, complete setup of the notes, like there's a delicacy. Is it the way?
Yeah.
There's a delicacy, the breathing, the way. The string, you hear the bow on the string of the cello. There's.
And it starts really at the first level.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, if you have a good guy who can do a proper setup, even with the Cobra upstairs.
Even with the Cobra.
I spent 2 years during the pandemic with the Cobra, and I fight with somebody because the purists. There's purists, don't say that to everybody. Well, I say that, but there's some purists and some people. Oh, the Cobra. Me, I love the Cobra. It's a fantastic amplifier. It's you have the taste of the note. Yes, it's not maybe, but it's the 0 level, and it's the very 0 level, and it's a fantastic amplifier.
When they develop a new product, are you the first one to test it?
Not to test it. I would love to see it, but I'm always the first one.
Yeah.
I'm lucky, yes, because I'm direct to the Gvortrop family. I have a nice communication with them, and with Darko Griguras, the one of the. You have 2 main engineers. You have Darko Griguras and you have Andy Grove in the company, and it's fun because Andy Grove. Every time I spend an hour and we talk about, he starts talking about his vision, because he's a great musician as well too. Okay. Darko Griguras is the perfect This guy is like perfect techno geek, and emotion on the same. He's not just a cold electric engineer. He's a fantastic. So I met great people. So this is why I compose a piece for Darko.
Okay.
I call it the Darko. So it's a 7 on 8 because it's from the Balkan. It's from Croatian. Well, and just because of his background. And then it's a repetitive style because you have to show how his idea in his head. He's a fantastic guy.
And
he just did, for example, in Munich, it was the level 4 My Shoe. It's a concertmeister. It was fantastic, and it's Darko for me. It's like.
And Peter Kvortup is not a young guy anymore. So how is his legacy secured?
Oh, me, I have complete trust with the family.
The family.
With Emily and Daniel, honestly. And
are his sons?
Yeah, the son and the daughter.
And the daughter. Okay.
I think it's a fantastic twins team, I would say. Yeah, no problem. I'm not sure. And Peter, he's not dead, no?
Of course not. Of course not. I was not saying that.
He's still there, and he's still. He's always there, So it's Peter. You can. Peter Kvortup. Some people love him. Some people hate him. You can create a company like that and be.
Everyone likes it.
No, it's impossible. Yeah. It's impossible.
Yeah. Okay.
Me and my partner, I love him. I adore Peter Kvortup. He's a crazy man. He's not crazy in a bad way, It's
sure.
It's like, let's do it.
Being an ambassador, of course, you must have an audio note system at home.
Yeah.
Which one do you have?
Well, now I have a pair of keys, but I can tell you. Now I'm building my dream system. My dream system, it's the Ecstasy signature with curly maple finish. Man, it's like the back of a cello. I would say. And Gerard, I forgot his name, but in Austria who made the speaker. I have a friend. I have to tell you. I have a friend in Canada, and he's very picky. His father was a carpenter. His father was a carpenter, so everybody, when they look, it's a square box, it's a shoe box. They look the speaker, they say, but my friend, his father is a carpenter, so, so he just came, and you see, he looked the line. It's not simple, to make the fold, to fold everything. It's not simple. It looks simple.
But it's not.
It is not. And my friend always told me, it's Vincent, look, that's beautiful now, look, the line, very straight, blah, 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 So I get out, now he's waiting to have a nice curly maple to make sure. He told me, sometimes he said, so he will let me know when he will receive the nice veneer and a curly maple. So this, then the cables, of course, are the note. CD4, I love the CD4. Mm-hmm. I talked with Tadas Muljonas in Vilnius because he fabricates all the digital parts for the note in Lithuania. And I say, I love the CD4. There's a beautiful synergy between the inbuilt DAC and the transport. They say, I know. And I say, I know why.
That was the next question about the source that you prefer, digital, analog. Do you still listen to vinyl?
Oh yes, I have the TT3. I have the TT3. It's the serial number, the level 3 TT3. It's number 3. I have the third one. Right. So I keep it. I love my TT3. The vinyl. It's a moment. For me, when you listen to vinyl, it's a moment. It's stop. For me, you take the vinyl, you put it, you brush it.
It's the ritual.
And then it's a stop moment with the vinyl. The CD, it's both stop and let's say casual music, background music.
All right.
And then, yes, I stream also.
Yeah,
I stream.
you do?
I stream to discover some new artists, you know, to discover new artists. And I had this discussion with David Chesky. He told me, you know, Vincent, the streaming is the new radio. You know, back in time, I remember I was waiting for, okay, this group will play at that time, and then you, on a cassette, you record it, and if you liked it, you go to buy the CD. But this is exactly how I'm using the streaming.
The streaming.
You know, some people, it's enough for them, but me, I like this moment with the vinyl.
Yeah.
So what I prefer, it depends. It's more how I use every sources.
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
So some CDs for me, I listen more CDs than some vinyl. But the vinyl, you know, I have 2 vinyls I bought from Germany. No, the German guy gave it to me. I brought them from Germany, and it's fun. You know, you listen it, and I have one vinyl I listen always with.
Which one?
It's you know, Children of Sunshine from Mangione.
Okay.
It's a soundtrack of the Children of Sunshine. For me, it's very nice. You have the guitar. It's a beautiful. It starts a bit weird because the voice is like, where are we? And then the flugelhorn start, and it's beautiful.
All right. Thank you so much. Can I ask you to play just a little bit for us?
Really?
Okay. And for us to record?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, which was the part where I was naked. No, but it's like what I just you just felt it. This is the main things. What we propose to the audience. They come to Episódio for 2 days, and this is what I want to feel it, because it's like a bicycle. If you don't feel it, you don't know how to do a bicycle. You know, that's it. It's simple like that. So when poof, then you feel it. Okay, now you understand.